city, but it was like a very gray, foggy day, and the sense that I had was it was a time of transition, because it's that time where it's not light and it's not dark, it's kind of gray, so you're just moving from one place to the other. And I heard a voice say, Andrew Murray's New Vision. And I thought, well, that's weird. And I kind of recognized Andrew Murray's name, and I don't know if many of y'all know about him, but a lot of people do. But he lived in, what, the 1800s?
Right.
And he was in London, and he lived totally by faith. There's just amazing stories of him establishing orphanages and never asking for money, and the cupboard would be bare. It'd be time to eat, and some truck would pull up, and just incredible stories and things that happen. And so I didn't know much about him, but I kept hearing that, and then I kept hearing God sometimes chooses a man for an assignment, man or a person, so it's not gender specific, and they don't complete it or fulfill it, and he'll choose another, and he'll choose another. And this is, I think, for everybody. You may not be God's first choice on your assignment, but you're his choice right now. And I Googled Andrew Murray New Vision, and it had about a book that Andrew Murray wrote, and this is how it describes. In this book, you will capture a new vision of your mission in life. You will discover that you were created to do great things for God and learn to walk in immense power from him to fulfill his calling in your life. He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father, which is John 14:12. And I really felt like that was for everybody here tonight. To encourage you that God, you are, whatever your calling is on your life, it is your calling. And it doesn't matter who had the calling before you or who will have the calling after you, but you're called now. And that he wants you to have a new vision of who you are, and that everything that you need in terms of power and anointing, that he's provided for you. And just to be encouraged that God has incredible plans, and it's a time for us to really move individually and then corporately into our higher callings and to our greater destinies, knowing that we've already been fully equipped and called for those things, and to have a fresh vision of that, and not kind of get bogged down in the mundane or kind of what we expect, and even planning it out too much, but just really being open to be led by the Spirit, and to really fully embrace who he created us to be. And Damon Thompson said something in the Carolina Revival, was it last night, Russ? He said something about, what was that about the anointing?
Oh, you mean as far as, yeah, I was speaking out to everybody, leaders especially, that we need to be cautious, because God said in his word that his glory shall cover the earth, and not our anointing.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So the anointing is your equipping and your ability to fulfill your assignment and your destiny. It's like the tools in a carpenter's truck, and not a source of pride or ego.
That was really what he said. We don't come into a room to release our anointing and showcase it. We're supposed to come in and release his glory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just something, that on one hand, be encouraged that God has something really specific, and it's for this time, and God's transitioning us to the time that we will be. But then the verse says, Christ in you, the hope of glory, meaning that you're the hope that the glory of the Lord is released upon the earth. You're his hope. So be his hope.
Robert, would you ever say something?